So here I'm going to present my Henry Moore pictures. First, I'm going to write the title of this scheme of work, which is Animals on here. I'm making two parallel lines and writing in capital letters, making sure my title reaches the top and bottom of the parallel lines on here. Then your name next to it. Then next to it, put Henry Moore. Then I'm going to cut my pictures. You can see here that I'm arranging my pictures and imagining my page is divided in two equal sections, leaving a little bit of space to write some notes. So here I'm using my reading text to write some of the most important key points from the reading. So I'm selecting 3 or 4 points on here that I think are the most important. That he was a British sculptor and artist. He loved nature and wanted to celebrate its beauty. And the fact that I used mark making and scribbled lines on here, and I do just a short example of how I use tone, scribbly tone on there. Then I'm going to use this picture of an elephant to practice using a tone in that kind of scribbly mark making fashion on here. So here I'm using lines that follow the volume of the elephant. You can see the curve on the head here, and just making my lines denser and closer together where I want them dark and a little bit wider apart. So I'm trying to follow the directions of lines that he's got on his drawing and make sure I've got the darks and lights where he's got them as well to really give that impression of 3 dimensions. So now I've set up a piece of carbon paper on a photocopy, and I'm going to do a carbon paper monoprint of a sheep. I'm trying here to emulate or copy the style of Henry Moore, so I'm doing a scribbly line and getting the fur of the sheep on there, making my scribbles closer together on the underneath of the belly where it's darker, and I'm making sure I'm colouring the dark areas here, adding some grassy detail. And here I've got a monoprint, so I'm going to write carbon paper monoprint next to it. On the rest of my sketchbooks, I'm going to present my drawings, the drawings of animals we did in the previous lessons. Depending on how many you have, you might not have quite 4 of them. Just arrange them here on the page and cut them out carefully on there. So when I'm happy with the way they're arranged, I'm going to glue them. And you might want to finish that page by doing more monoprints of sheep and practicing the monoprinting a little bit further.